In 2025, a new chapter is being written in the story of West Africa. This chapter is not authored by diplomats in glass towers or foreign advisors in Western capitals. Instead, its ink flows from the bold words and unapologetic actions of a young Burkinabe military leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. At just 36 years old, Traoré is being hailed by many as the vanguard of a modern anti-imperialist revolution. His rise marks more than a change in Burkina Faso's leadership. It signals a seismic shift in how West Africa views sovereignty, development, and global power. But how did this relatively unknown captain become a symbol of defiance against imperialism? And why are so many young Africans rallying behind his movement? Let's dive into the story. A coup fueled by frustration. Ibrahim Traoré seized power in September 2022, becoming the world's youngest head of state at the time. But this was no ordinary coup. It came amid growing public anger over insecurity, poverty, and what many saw as a puppet regime serving foreign interests, particularly France. Traoré stepped in with a clear message. Burkina Faso will take control of its destiny, free from imperial domination. This wasn't just rhetoric. It was a warning shot to the global powers that had long dictated the terms of engagement in Africa. The heart of his mission, anti-imperialism. In 2025, Traoré's leadership has evolved into something much bigger than national reform. It is now the centerpiece of a growing anti-imperialist movement across West Africa. Here's how he's leading the charge. 1. Expelling foreign military forces. One of Traoré's first bold moves was to expel French troops from Burkina Faso. French military presence, once framed as support in the fight against terrorism, had become a symbol of neo-colonial influence. In early 2023, Traoré ended all military accords with France, gave them 1 month to leave, and ordered the closure of French bases. The message was clear: we will fight for our country with our own hands. This decision inspired leaders in Mali and Niger, who soon followed suit, forming a united front against foreign interference. 2. Rejecting the ECOWAS status quo. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, had long been seen as a regional body protecting democracy. But to many in the Sahel, it became a tool for elite control, heavily influenced by Western governments and corporations. After Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso faced sanctions and condemnation from ECOWAS, Traoré helped initiate a historic exit from the bloc in 2024. The three countries declared that ECOWAS no longer represented the will of the people. This departure wasn't just political, it was ideological. It marked the end of patience with regional institutions seen as enabling foreign control. 3. Founding the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. In the ashes of ECOWAS rejection, Traoré, alongside Colonel Assimi Goïta of Mali and General Abdourahmane Tiani of Niger, built something new: the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. AES is more than an alliance. It's a resistance bloc. Together, they promote joint military operations to fight terrorism without Western aid, economic cooperation based on resource nationalism, collective foreign policy focused on sovereignty. AES represents the core of West Africa's anti-imperialist push, with Traoré often taking the lead in public communication and diplomatic outreach. 4. Reclaiming resources for the people. In 2025, Burkina Faso under Traoré is rewriting its relationship with natural resources. The country is rich in gold, manganese, and other minerals. But for decades, profits flowed to foreign mining companies, leaving local communities in poverty. Traoré's new mining policy prioritizes national ownership, local refining and processing, community benefit agreements. He has demanded renegotiation or cancellation of deals that don't serve national interests. This shift is a direct rejection of the extractive imperialism model long imposed on Africa. 5. Promoting agricultural and economic self-reliance. Traoré, like Sankara before him, emphasizes food sovereignty. In 2025, Burkina Faso is investing in rural agriculture, encouraging communities to grow their own food and reduce dependency on imported goods. He has also promoted local industry and manufacturing, targeting areas like textile production, farming equipment, traditional medicines. This strategy mirrors anti-imperialist economic policies aimed at breaking free from dependency on Western imports and aid. 6. Cultural and educational rebirth. Imperialism isn't just about soldiers and contracts, it's about culture and mindset. Traoré has launched initiatives to decolonize education, promote African history, and revive traditional languages and arts. He encourages youth to study their own heroes, like Thomas Sankara, rather than idolizing Western narratives. Schools now incorporate African philosophy, Pan-African history, and indigenous knowledge systems. To Traoré, the anti-imperialist fight begins in the classroom as much as on the battlefield. 7. International realignment. Partners of choice. Traoré isn't closing Burkina Faso to the world. He's changing who the country aligns with. His foreign policy is guided by mutual respect, not dependence. In 2025, Burkina Faso has strengthened ties with Russia, military cooperation and logistics. Turkey, infrastructure and tech. China, investment without political strings. At the same time, he maintains cautious diplomacy with the global south, including Cuba, Iran, and Brazil, countries that also share anti-imperialist histories. 8. Inspiring a youth-led movement. Perhaps the most powerful element of Traoré's leadership is how it has awakened a generation of young Africans. In cities and villages across the Sahel, murals of Traoré stand beside images of Sankara and Lumumba. Social media is flooded with speeches, quotes, and edits proclaiming a new African dawn. Youth-led groups now echo his message. Our land, our rules. Africa will not be a colony again. We are not asking for permission. We're taking our future, challenges and cautions. While Traoré's movement is electrifying, it's not without concern. Critics warn that military rule may stifle long-term democracy. Internal repression may grow in the name of security. Anti-Western rhetoric may isolate the region economically. Some fear that revolutionary fervor may turn into unchecked power if not kept in balance. But Traoré continues to insist, we are not anti-Western. We are anti-domination. Africa must be respected. A new African resistance. In 2025, Ibrahim Traoré is not just governing a country. He's igniting a region. His leadership reflects a deep hunger across West Africa for freedom, fairness, and a future owned by Africans themselves. While the path ahead is uncertain, one thing is clear. The anti-imperialist fire he has lit is spreading. From Ouagadougou to Bamako, from Niamey to Dakar, a new generation is standing up and saying, Africa belongs to Africans. The time of silence